to come to you guys and just share a few tips and tricks with you, as well as just do a little recap of my time here in Phuket. It is Phuket's a very beautiful. We have been island hopping, we have been partying in the middle of the ocean, like the Caribbean kind of gives that kind of vibe. And with that being said, I do like Phuket, but if I had an opportunity to come back, I probably would not. I really kind of like Bangkok better.
Hey, welcome, sawadee, mahaban, namaste, hola, привет, kaiso, konnichiwa. We're all family here, so subscribe and share. Get your free ebook in the description.
It's just, I think like with public transportation, it's easier to get around. There's more stuff to do. I have heard from a lot of people that they've been here for 20 plus years, and that's all fine and dandy. I couldn't live here. First things first, just about since I've got here, I've been sick. The food is spicy, and mind you, I'm a person who cannot eat anything with hot sauce. I love sweet food, so it's been hard to eat things here. And depending on where your resort is located, a lot of the convenience stores aren't even that close, and the cheapest way to get to a convenience store is to take one of the motorbikes. If you were to go ahead and take one of the taxis, it just starts to add up, like $9 there, $9 back. And now $9 may not be a lot to you, but if you're constantly wanting to go somewhere like quickly, the motorbike. And for the most part, they're pretty safe. They put a helmet on you and you just go. Beaches are beautiful here. I went to one temple for a minute, and just looking at the architecture and how it differs from that of Japan was pretty impressive. I talked about the food, transportation, beaches. The nightlife is crazy down here. If you've ever been to Nashville, it's kind of like Nashville, a little bit smaller than like how they have the Vegas Strip, and way bigger than how they have Mardi Gras down in New Orleans. So that's definitely an extra bonus. They actually stay open all night, and there's a lot of strip clubs if that's your thing. A lot of people, especially a lot of men, you see going and attending those. Flyers for all sorts of things that you could be interested in. Another thing specifically where our resort is they have a lot of areas where you can wash your clothes. So that's pretty nice, but they do charge you if you want to use the laundry service within the hotel. So you'll have to go out to have that be done for you. Now, if I didn't mention, we are like almost as far south as you can get in Phuket at the Stay Health Resort, I believe. And everyone else is left. Their flights were all today, but mine's actually tomorrow. So I'll be headed further up north, closer to the airport, so I can be close for when I have to leave. I do have like an elephant tour that I have scheduled later today, so I'm excited about that. I'm hoping I feel good enough. They give you in America these pills to take to help cope with that, and I've been really stringent on like making sure I'm taking it every day. And I don't know what happened, if it was the water, if it was the food, I'm not sure. When I was in Japan, I didn't have that happen to me at all, but this is definitely one of the top reasons why I am not privy on coming back. It's so hot. It's hot and it's November. I suffer from edema in my legs and swelling, and when I tell you it's hot, it's a different type of hot than Japan. It's a hot that will literally like cause you to faint. I'm from Michigan, we don't have heat like that. So to constantly experience that even in the later months, it's just almost asinine to me. Yeah, the heat, I couldn't even imagine coming here during the rainy season, which is the summertime. Cray. Another thing is that would probably like deter me from coming back to Phuket. Bonus plus, it's just too dang on relaxing. Like, you're either like at the beach or you're chilling, and that's just not the type of person I am. I like to go, I like to be out and about, I like to do cultural stuff. And don't get me wrong, there are a few cultural things that I saw. The Big Buddha in Wat Changlong, and I made it to Wat Changlong for a minute, but just based on like how my schedule is, I won't be able to make it to Big Buddha because the Elephant Sanctuary tour is, I believe, at like 12, based on where my hotel is located at. So those are a few reasons why Phuket might be for someone else, but it's definitely not for me. We're doing a group trip with a group of individuals. I think it gives me more of an appreciation of doing things solo, and I tend to lean more to doing solo things. Going to the UAE by myself and meeting those wonderful people was a great experience for me. And also being in Bangkok and learning how to get around and being self-sufficient. I think those are like really awesome tricks and skills to have, especially just being a human being, not just being a traveler at all. So I think I find so much value in being able to be self-sufficient. And when I do these trips, it's not like I'm on vacation. I'm exploring, I'm a traveler, and I want to not only be a part of the place I'm in, but also the culture of the place within where I'm at. So definitely that's my perspective whenever you hear from me. I'm not so much of the luxury girl. I'm not gonna apologize for that. That's just not me. But I'm definitely more on the adventurous culture side, you know, and just culturally speaking, I done found where all the freaking Russians are. They're here in Phuket, and I blew my mind. A lot of them are here to escape from having to go to war, and I'm just like, based on what I've known about Russia, Phuket is strictly the opposite of how Russia is. So, I don't know, but I'll tell you one thing, my Russian skills came in handy. I have a few questions that I found that people want to know about Phuket, and I am here to answer those questions for you the best way I know how. And since I'm still in Phuket right now, I want to go ahead and give you guys some answers to some of those questions. So where is Phuket located? It's actually in Thailand, and it's further south than Bangkok. The next question is, when is the best time to visit Phuket? October, going all the way until I think May of the next year, but don't quote me on that. I believe anything before that will be the rainy season. How do you get to Phuket? So in my experience, it was very long, but I flew into Bangkok, and then from Bangkok, I flew domestically into Phuket. What are the most popular beaches in Phuket? You have the James Bond Island, the PP Islands, and those are like the major ones. There's tons of islands surrounding Phuket, so the further south you go, and any coast place like Coconut Beach and things like that, you'll find some pretty nice beaches there. What are the most visited attractions in Phuket? I will say it's probably the PB Islands, as well as Patong. Patong is Patong is really nice because it has a night scene, as well as nightclubs, bars, and it's open all night. So I would say those are the main attractions. as well as Big Buddha and Wat Chat Long. I think that's how you say it. But if there's any other attractions besides the ones I named, of course, I'll go ahead and list those. Are there any water sports or activities in Phuket? You can just about do any type of water sport here. You'll just have to find a location that provides those type of water sports for you. But specifically when you go to the beach clubs, they'll probably have them. What is the local cuisine in Phuket? It's basically Thai food, which is very, very spicy. So if you cannot handle spice like myself, be prepared to find some other type of means of eating. For me, while I was out here, I just ate steak. Just any type of food that wasn't spicy. It's not like they don't have chicken nuggets. I haven't seen that, but because usually that's the most basic thing, but I haven't seen that here. What is the currency in Phuket? They use baht, and that is the local currency of Thailand. Do I need a visa to visit Phuket? That is based on the country in which you live. I live in America, so I did not need a visa to enter Phuket. But if you are in another country, you want to go ahead and check before you book your flight to come here. Is it safe to travel in Phuket? I would say so far so good, but I would say I felt safer in Japan. Not to say that Phuket's not safe, I'm just saying I felt more comfortable in Japan versus Phuket. The main sources of transportation here are taxis as well as motorbikes. So that is one thing to keep in mind, as well as there's no sidewalk. So if you do want to walk from one store to another, you have to be careful because it's just the stores and then it's just the street. So if someone happens to be a little bit reckless with their motorbike, you're gonna get hit. So that's why I kind of lean to it being safe somewhat. The next question we have is, where are the best areas to stay in Phuket? Honestly, if you like to party, I would stay in Patong. Right now, we are not in Patong. We're a little further south at this Stay Health Resort. And it's very chill. I'm not a chill person, so that gives me a lot of anxiety. I like to see people. I like a lot of engagement, a lot of interaction. That's why I don't have a problem staying at a hostel. I like meeting people, talking to people. I would say if you have to go to the airport soon, I would probably stay closer to the airport. I know for me, to come from where I'm at to the airport is an hour. And since I'm by myself, I just didn't want the hassle. But I don't think there's anything wrong with any location to stay here. I'll let you know if I feel as though where my new hotel is better than this one. We kind of went over how to get around Phuket and motorbikes and taxis. Definitely go ahead and download Grab. You will thank me. The nightlife. The nightlife in Patong is so amazing. Especially Sugar. Okay, the 3 places we ended up going to, one was the White Room. I guess I should count like that. The next was the Black Horse, which was a bar. White Room is also a nightclub where they play a mixture of like electronic as well as some hip hop music. It's just a blend of just about everything except country. You're not gonna find that here. The last one we went to that I loved, that I would go back to, that oh my goodness, it was so amazing, is Sugar. Sugar is so amazing. If you're ever in Phuket, please check out Sugar. It is one of the coolest places ever. It's free to get into, and that's the next thing I kind of want to talk about is the admission into some of these places. Just like in Japan, you might have to pay a cover and it will allow you a drink. When we were in Kyoto, that entry fee of like $5 or $10 or whatever it was that gave us like 2 drinks, but I think if we had gotten there earlier, we could have had more drinks. White room, if you paid, I think like $10 or $5 to get in, you had unlimited cocktails that night. And it was just a list of like 5 cocktails you could drink from. I didn't try the pina colada because I was hooked on the tequila sunrise. So that was nice to be able to have unlimited drinks. When we went to the Black Horse, that was more of a bar, so you didn't have to pay to get in. You could just walk in and get whatever you want. Sugar now. Sugar is actually free. The only caveat of Sugar is there's no room to move. I don't know if that's every night. It probably is. But you were literally getting hit in the head, pushed, shoved. But it's okay because the music was amazing. I can't tell you how much the drinks were because I couldn't even make it to the bar. We were stuck where we were. It was a group of us, a lot of American / Black expats. So that was really interesting to be able to have that experience. And what I will say about Patong, when I went down there with them and with my group, and I left to go to 7-Eleven because they have different shops next to the nightclubs and different stores as well. I felt okay just like people watching, but I will have to say that there's a lot of prostitution and it's very, very overt, so you can definitely see it. While I was there, I don't know, some dude was trying to talk to me. I think he thought I was a hooker. I did not look like a hooker that night. I had shorts on that went almost to my knees, but I don't know what language he was speaking, but it definitely was not warranted, but that was okay. The other thing is, if you're in Patong, and this is just for myself too, if I'm gonna stay out late, definitely try to book your Grab right in front of the Patong sign, or just really close. One of our Grabs did not come to a very well lit area and we had to go looking for it. And so we were harassed by an Asian man who was reporting us. And when we called him out on it, like he said the F word, whatever. Those things will happen, especially if you're in a large group. It's only ever happened to me, like, this will be my 2nd time. The first time it happened to me was in Hiroshima. And there's like this fetish for the Black aesthetic. And I don't know what people do when they have those videos. I don't know if they put you on a forum, talk about like, look at these foreign tourists, or, you know, I don't know. And so that can be a little concerning. Being an anthropologist, I see these things, and when it's so like blatant in your face, it makes you take a step back and to be retrospective as how you play a role in the environment that you're in. So on that note, guys, hopefully this has been kind of like informative, helpful. Maybe I'll do another one of these when I get to Bangkok and give you guys some information about Bangkok. I will actually be in a hostel, so I'm so excited. My first hostel was in Puerto Rico. I had a blast with them. So the only thing I'm concerned about is like getting my stuff stolen and bed bugs. Other than that, I don't really have too many worries. And if you guys have any more questions about my experience, I have been here since Monday, and I'll be here till Saturday. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a caveat of these important questions answered. All right, on that note, bye guys.